Oh, I forgot it. Same goes for accumulation. It's so yesterday I've told you that it's not the school system and the working system is not meant for accumulation of riches, neither of accumulation of riches or make you secure. It's not something with security. It has nothing to do. It is actually to make, because of the system, it makes the most, or let me say, it spreads actually insecurity all across industries. And same goes for it is spreads the ratio of being poor and poverty, basically. And the purpose is just to keep you busy poor, nothing else. It's not to accumulate your riches. That's what I told yesterday. And today I want to talk about basically how we can overcome this dilemma, how we can not get rid of it, but how we can step out of being poor, how we can become more certain when it comes to our economic situation and so on. Okay? Because this is actually a skill you can apply in every single industry. You have heard myself right. There's a skill you can apply in every single industry. And before I want to go to the special skill, just imagine yourself having the skill that is generating yourself at least 10K a month. And maybe you have not just one, but 2, 3, 4, 5 of these skills. Every of them generate yourself at least 10K a month. How would you feel? How would you feel having one skill that generates you, at least one skill that generates you 10K a month? 10K dollars, right? US dollars. Just 10K every single month. Residual income, every single month you get 10K. How do you feel? You have 5 figures every single month. I believe it's amazing, right? 5 figures every single month. I mean 5 figures is actually really the point where people start to not get under it, because it becomes a new standard, which has to be a new standard for everyone. But the thing is, not many people knew it, that it's a minimum of income is actually 10K. And imagine you have the minimum of income, the 10K a month, just with one skill. One single skill, it will give you 10K. Not upfront, no, but it can when you are mastering it. If you master the skill, you can get at least 10K every single month. It will generate it just this. Imagine how would it feel to you? And you can apply it to every industry. It doesn't. You can go from one industry to next industry. Just apply the same skill with the same credentials. Amazing, right? Because currently you cannot apply your skills to another industry using the same credentials. You have to start it from the beginning. Same goes for you will be more stress-free. How much stress-free would you felt like when you have mastered the skill and you can work from all over the world? You can go everywhere. Even if you have internet connection underwater, you can even do it underwater if you want to, right? And you have continuous results. The results is just going on, moving on, because nobody can take you the skill, and it still will generate you this money. Now let me tell you this, just this one skill will generate your economic future. It will generate your economic fortune. And there are many of them, don't get me wrong, but I just want to tell you one of them, that everyone can do it. And no matter what industry you're in, you can have the same revenue in every industry. Maybe some more when some people pay you more, but basically you are dictating what you charge. Now, let me tell you one thing. What is the thing that every industry needs in this world? Tell me this one thing. Every industry needs. What is the one thing? There's one thing every industry needs. You can't pick every industry, and it needs one thing. Only one. Are you ready? Okay. Every industry needs revenue. Write it somewhere down. Every industry needs a revenue. And what will happen when you become someone who generates revenue for this industry or for this company, for this enterprise? What will happen to you? Well, even this company gets bankrupt, you are the last one who gets fired. And do you know why? Because you are generating the revenue. Because you're still keeping this company alive. You are the one who keeping it alive when you are learning the skill. You are the one who keeping the company alive. Not the CEOs, not the other entrepreneurs, but you. Not the other workers, but you. You're keeping the company alive. And when you have this kind of role, because money is where money is, right? You can find money where money is. And you have always to search for money where money is, nowhere else. Right? And when you're generating income, you are sitting at the income. You are sitting at really the source when your money goes into the company. And this is where you can dictate your own rules. This is where you can charge your own fees and getting your results. Now, when you started off, now what I'm talking about copywriting, guys. Copywriting. Yeah, and some people, copywriting is so tedious. Yes, it is tedious. I haven't told you that it's an easy skill. Okay? But I have promised you that this skill will you give your financial freedom if you want to have it. So many people are talking about financial freedom. There's nothing like financial freedom. There's nothing. You cannot be financial free, but you can be financially secure. And the only financial security that you can be provided from is your own skill. That nobody can take it from you. And you can find videos on the internet and everywhere being taught by people by Dan Lok and stuff like that, because those people are really good in what they're doing. They're damn good in what they're doing. You can get the shortcuts. And when you learn, truly learn, and you know what learn is, right? It's not just absorbing information, but it's implying the information. If you truly learn it, then you will have a solid skill. Once you have this solid skill, what will happen with you? You are going towards mastery, but first, when you're starting off and have a kind of a little bit of basics down, then you can start off charging. You can doing like, and then you can start off charging like $200 an offer. $200 an offer is a good thing. I mean, if you have 10 offers, you have $2K bucks. It's not bad. It's not bad. But afterwards, when you get more authority, what I mean by authority, when you have written your own book, maybe you have been on TV, maybe you have been on someone's podcast, or you have your own podcast, maybe you have been in 1 or 2 magazines, maybe you have been on TED Talk and stuff like that, right? Then you can just go and charge $15K a freaking offer. And there's no difference between this copy that you have written. There's no difference between the copy of the $200 you have charged for and the $15K. There's no difference on the copy. But there's a difference because you have a higher status. And when you have the higher status in this kind of niche, then you can go and charge $15K an offer. Just an offer, $15K. You have written like 10 lines, $15K. Boom. It's all about the result. If the company gets a result. And then just imagine you're writing just one time, and if you get there, but I hope that everyone can get there, by the way, then imagine you're writing just one article every single month. Just one copy every single month, and you generate $15K. Every single month you generate $15K. And just write one article, boom, $15K. And then you can rest a whole month. You can do what you like, whatever you like. You can go on trips, you can do everything. You can have a decent life And you can also invest, but I will recommend you to invest, right? You can invest, plus you can also have spare some money for an emergency fund, for example, right? When something happens, right? And this is just amazing what you can do just by learning this one skill and really honing the skill over the years. You can just generate, boom, 15K every single month just by one skill. Imagine you have 5 of those. Then you can do 15 times 5, right? Then you have some good money, man. And if you see like, okay, man, one time, maybe I'm more lazier than do one offer a week, a month. I'm more lazy than that. And guess what you can do? You can become even more lazy, because when you got the authority, you can dictate the rules. Because if you got the real good authority, you're not the one who approaches the companies will approach you. And this is where you can start off dictating your own rules. What kind of rules I'm talking about? I'm talking about, well, for example, you have a contract there and you write in the contract that you get a percentage. They have to, when you're writing the copy, they have to pay you upfront the 15K. Boom, you have the 50K. Then you deliver the results. From the results you can charge again something, but what's maybe even better than charge for the results is better than you charge for every item has been sold. You are taking like 2 to 5% of the revenue. Imagine every single item that has been sold. It can be a service, it can be an item. You're getting 2% of it. And imagine you have not just one company, but like 15 or 100 companies. This is where the big money is in, man. This is where you can just generate money with doing nothing. But before you're doing nothing, you have to work your ass off by generating the skill, by honing the skill in doing it. And this is just an offer for yourself, for your guys. You can do it. Everyone can do it. And by the way, this kind of job or this kind of, like copywriting, you can use the freelance, right? You don't need actually that much of certificates. You don't need actually any certificates. Same goes for coaching. You don't need any certificates. You just need to know your thing. You just know to hone your skill. And when you do it over and over again, what will happen is basically you have honed your skill, and it's really good for introverts, because then you don't need to talk to anyone. In fact, the companies who want to talk to you, if you have an authority, will talk to you. Who want to talk to you, will talk to you. Or you have just to talk to the companies you want to make your offer to. All right? And because you're doing it, you don't have to talk to anyone else. Especially, introverts don't want to talk to anyone else, so this is a really good thing to you guys. Just try it out. You lose nothing. You can just go right now on YouTube, type in copywriting for beginners, and you will have a lot of videos will pop up. You can take some shortcuts by buying some courses. But as I said yesterday, if you don't implement the courses, you have learned nothing. You will stay where you are. So instead of, if you're not really sure if you want to imply it or not, if you just want to kind of figure it out, I want you to just go on YouTube and just type in copywriting and find out how it works. See some techniques. And also try to write yourself a copy. And after hundreds, thousands of copies you have write, you can also approach people, because now you know how it works. You can approach people and then you can go and charge with the 200 bucks first. And when you get more authority, when people get more into you, maybe you get more podcasts, maybe you are doing more with it, then you can also, after several years, you can have the authority to charge 15k. After like 5-7 years, you can charge 15k for a freaking offer. For one offer. For one offer, 15k guy upfront, 50k. Boom. Plus, 2 to 5% of each sold item that you get from the revenue. You can dictate your own rules, man. And this is really this amazing thing that you can do. The more authority you have, the more rules you can dictate. The better beneficial rules for yourself you can dictate. And these companies will do it because you are selling money. When you sell money, you can see how much they get results, and from this results, you can see, okay, I can charge maybe more. This is where you have more the control about the negotiation. This is where you have the absolute control about the negotiation. Because you know what you want to what you want to charge, and you know exactly what kind of capital does someone you want to charge from does possess. You have everything there, right? And this is the beauty on it. This really is the beauty on it. You do nothing bad. You're not sleazy. You're giving people results, basically. You are charging for results. But till you get the results, you have to learn. You have to learn how it's works. You have to write things. You have to copy people's copy over and over again to know the psychology behind it. How people want to buy, right? When you go more into depth, when you find it out, when you know everything, this is where your money comes though. This is where you can generate your money from the rest of your life. No matter where you are, no matter what you do, no matter in which country you live. Because you have a solid skill that will always have a demand on the market, because every single freaking company in this world, every single freaking industry in this world needs a skill. They need to generate income. And even some people might say, no man, you have to good, writing skills are not that important. They're important. They are important. If you have good writing skills, if you have mastered your writing skills, you are ahead everyone else who doesn't. For sure. And you have secured your future. Because not people are dictating you how to live your life, you are dictating yourself how you want to live your life. You become the owner of your life. You own your life. Currently, the most people are not owning their lives. This is just one of those keys you can get, right? So Reshaper, if you really like this video, smash the like button, share with your friends, comment what's the number of things you picked up so far right now. I do these videos close to every single day, and I also got this video on the shortcut, my TikTok. Just go alexspaet 98 in TikTok, just type it in, and you can find myself there, and you will see this video in a shortcut. I've just talked like 1 minute something. If you want to have really in short, so you have it, you know what it's all about. I hope you have an awesome day, and as always, do not let yourself suppress you now. See you maybe tomorrow.